Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back to do your July 2019 monthly tarot horoscopes. This is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in my dear sweet Lammy Buff Scorpio. And my original lamb friend, Scorpio, was the one who inspired the name Lammy Puff because he's a very sweet soul. And so I call, for those of you who are new to my channel, that's why I call my Scorpio followers and fans Lammy Puffs. So anyways, if you are new to my channel, I don't always post these. I post them now when I have time. I have another job. I don't do these videos any longer full-time. I used to do YouTube full-time up until before I moved here to Nebraska. So I did do an update video, so check out my update video, what's going on with me. And if you'd like to get a private reading, definitely reach out to me, oracledaphne.com. That's my website, and I'm happy to do a reading for you guys. So yeah, I am ready to go. I'm just going to lay out a spread. I am using a bunch of different decks. It's so strange. The main bulk of the reading is actually pretty decent, but the second part of July, there's something about the energies which is very intense and complicated. It's complicated. I feel like Scorpios have a very difficult time moving on from things, getting over things. For a Scorpio to get into a relationship, they take it very seriously. There's something here about falling in love, but then catching yourself like at the last second and not following through with it. So like my guide said, jilted at the altar, and that's not going to be applicable for everybody, but like it's almost like going through all the steps to get married, and then the last second deciding, no, this is not for you, like for whatever reason, or falling for someone and then deciding, or them deciding, or something happening, maybe it's an argument or something you guys get into, and it's just like it doesn't go where you want it to go. Relationships are very tricky for the second part of July for you. I would be very cautious and careful about the steps that you take, especially if you're getting into a serious commitment like marriage. Very cautious and careful. I almost feel like whatever happens in July, it's going to take you some time to move past it. It's a significant thing, you know, that happens, that stops you. Like something stops you. Like this could also be like showing up at like a wedding and you or somebody else actually objects to the wedding, like when it's happening. To me, this is an objection. This is like an objection to the wedding. And there's something about family, and there's something about maybe a blended family, and there's something about 6 children. I don't know. It's sort of one of those abstract readings where I'm going to lay out a completely new spread once I kind of extract the things that make sense from this reading and start again. You may have a very abstract month of July. It may be very, I want to say, awkward and tense, and like things are not maybe flowing the way you want them to flow. And I actually don't feel like there's really any flow here. There are almost no, actually there are no Sorry, there's two Cups cards. There's two Cups cards, Six of Cups, and later down the line, the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups shows up, to me, it's like a brief reprieve. You're going to have a brief reprieve. But I feel like the rest of the time, it's like, it's almost very, not the word forceful comes to mind, but it's very, hardcore, toxic, could also be other words that describe it. Unhealthy, maybe. Like, I'm trying to figure out the spiritual lesson in all this. Like, what is the spiritual lesson? Scorpios are, to me, are the people that, like, they're very endearing and sweet. And I don't see this sweetness here. I see harshness. You may be watching for a Scorpio that you know, and they may be a very harsh person. I feel like there's an abrasiveness, a spikiness. I'm seeing like this very strong, like spiky energy. I also feel like there's some element of finding things out, or someone saying things. Like, I feel like there's a strong element of gossip. The words gossip wants to come out of my mouth. People talking about you. People saying things about you. This might even go so far as to have stuff written up about you, like in the press. Stuff that's just like not right. And you're like, well, where did that come from? You know? I think you are going to hit, to me, this might not even be your energy. Like, this could be other people around you. Because what's coming in from the outside is the Ten of Swords in reverse. And the Ten of Swords in reverse, to me, I like this card better than the Ten of Swords upright. But the Ten of Swords in reverse is dangling by a thread, being completely drained out, but not entirely. Like, there being some reserve, like surviving something very, very intense, getting by kind of unscathed. To me, this is like a survival energy, like you've had to deal with, like you maybe have had to deal with survival energy in the past, and to me, it's like you're able to just barely do it. There's something about barely hanging on. To me, this feels very much like being attacked. Also, there's something about being attacked. Just like a lot of energy that is not supportive of you. I don't know, there is a lot of strong stuff that comes through in the Ten of Swords. And I wish I could say it's more positive than the way I'm reading it, but that's how I see it. I want to advise, there's something else that I want to advise. There is something about mental health here, mental health awareness here, talking to someone, getting good advice, knowing that you're loved, knowing that there are people out there who love you, knowing that you are supported. Maybe you haven't found those people, but they are there. Maybe you don't feel like they're there, but they're there. But, okay, so going back to where the Ten of Swords was being placed, the Ten of Swords was meeting up with the Lovers card. And normally, if the Ten of Swords is in the upright, I see it as falling in love, like every single time that's falling for someone. But in reverse, this is like falling for someone and then going, no, this isn't the right person. Like, this is not what I want. This is not real. This is not true love. This is not what I need, you know? I feel like you're going to be really examining what your needs are, which is interesting because the sun is in Cancer, and Cancer is all about needs. So you're going to be examining your needs. You're going to be examining what you need in a partnership. Your partner may come through at the very last second with something positive to say. They may bring you like a gift. They may try a little bit harder. They may try to, maybe go to counseling. I do see something about counseling here because we have the Hierophant later on, okay? So You know, to me, this is something about counseling, trying to work things through, calming down. The outcome is the Seven of Swords. This is interesting because I was reading for the Leo energy, and that came up. I actually felt like there was a Scorpio energy, and it's coming up here again, the Seven of Swords as the outcome. But I don't even feel like, which means that there is some element of cheating, or there's some element of things being hidden. You're hiding something, or someone you know is hiding something, or finding out something later in time. But it's almost like you're blocked from it because you have this Emperor, which is in the position of your attitude. And the Emperor is like a stop. It's like a wall. Literally, it's a wall. You may put an end to cheating. You may say, no, like, I've had enough. Like, that's not what's going to happen. That's not what I want. There's something though about not getting to this Seven of Swords. Maybe it's like you are like, you want to cheat with someone, but you don't. Again, or you're trying to catch someone. Like, I don't know, Scorpios are diggers. So it wouldn't surprise me if Scorpio tried to find out information about someone who is cheating and then confronted them about it. I feel like you're not going to get to the level of confronting because, and maybe you will, but it just feels like you're not going to get there because you're like, no. The Emperor is like a no. You're like, no, it's not worth my time, or no, it's not worth the energy. No, it's not worth anything. I feel like, yeah, you're going to change your mind. You're going to have a change of attitude. Yeah, to me, it's like a total change. I feel like actually, to me, someone's gonna leave. I don't know if you're in a partnership. I feel like you or them is gonna leave. There's gonna be a separation. To me, it's a leaving. Someone's gonna move out, or it's almost like you're planning on getting married, and then you find out somebody has, like, there's a girl on the side, or there's a guy on the side, and there's been some things said or done, and it's just like, you're like, okay, I'm not gonna stay with this person anymore. I'm gonna leave. I do feel like some of you like to travel. The element of moving and travel is very strong, which I think is a positive thing. Like, I don't know. To me, it's like one of the positive things out of this reading. I do feel like some of you are focused on career and work, and I feel like that's a positive thing. There's all this intensity that is blocking you from the positive elements, and I do feel like so here it is. Until you change your mind, until you switch gears and say, you know what, no, I'm not going to be with that person. No, I'm going to be with somebody else that maybe appreciates you more, or, you know what I mean? Like, then until that happens, the positive cannot come through. The positive wants to come through in this reading, but it's like you're controlling it. To me, there's a control factor here very strongly, that you're trying to control things, and it's only going to cause you, I want to say, grief and unnecessary, like a stroll through the mud. That's what it is. The cheating stuff is a stroll through the mud. It's not going to help you spiritually grow. Like, not that like everybody cares about spiritual growth, but you're not on track to spiritually grow from this. I'm looking at it going, I don't feel like you're spiritually growing from this. I feel like you are going to get into the mud and need to be helped out. The energy is so intense that I almost can't read for you guys. My guide was showing me something about polarity in the sense that it's sort of like, on the one hand, you want very much to have your needs met, but you don't know how to go about it. And you're going about it in the wrong way. Like, you're getting sucked down into the mud with some situation or with a person. And it's not like it's the worst thing in the world that could happen to you, but to me, it's blocking your blessings. That's how I see it. It's blocking the prosperity that you could have. And here's the thing. Some of you don't even believe that. You believe that how you make money is never blocked. Like, you believe that you'll always be able to make money and money is not the issue. So essentially, you're free to do whatever you want to do, and you don't have a conscience as far as the spiritual side of things. You don't understand how damaging it is to another person or how selfish it might be. And essentially, to me, the light's going on right now. That is a spiritual lesson. Like, right there. Eventually, we all learn how selfish we are. And, it's a learning experience that we all, can go through if we have the inclination to learn how selfish it is to be involved with someone who's got another relationship or girlfriend or boyfriend or what have you. Some of you have a deceased loved one that loves you very much. I wanted to say that. It's coming through very strongly here. Okay, so there's an element of freedom that's coming through very strongly. And I think I'm kind of getting it now. It took me a second, but there's an element of freedom to me. It's like wanting spiritual freedom to do what you want to do and not have restrictions, not have to worry if someone's in another relationship, just kind of love who you want to love, or you know what I mean? See where things go. The problem is that like, how do I say this? The problem with that element of freedom is that it's sometimes all consuming, and in some way it's childlike. It's wanting freedom at all costs. Some of you feel like you're in a relationship and you feel like you want to be free, like you don't have enough alone time, you don't have enough time to yourself. Others want to feel free at all costs. Like maybe you're single and you don't want to get into another relationship at all costs because maybe the relationship you had was very toxic. Maybe you're still dealing with that person. Like you could be still dealing with that person and it could be very toxic when you deal with that person. Like, so you're still dealing with maybe the mother of your child or like, the father of your child, and it's just like very challenging in some way. Like there's an element of stubbornness. Some of you may be dealing with a Taurus or someone who has strong Taurus in their chart, because the Emperor can be Taurus energy, and I saw that before. I feel like it's a strong Taurus energy, strong energy about stubbornness, wanting your way, wanting your freedom, wanting things to be the way you want them. The problem with this is that for those of you, even those of you who are single, is you're not open to other experiences. You're not wanting to experience any kind of spiritual growth. So you're going to be kind of remain stuck in the mud. Those of you who are experiencing kind of dramatic situations, to me, you have to make your mind up that you no longer want that in order for that to end. And excuse me, and I think that the main message is learning about unconditional love and learning about different types of love too. How to love yourself, self-love. Sometimes like Scorpios can be like a little bit like sex addicts. Sometimes it just depends. I'm not saying all Scorpios are, but I feel like there's an energy of like sex addiction for some people, because they think that in some way their brain thinks that it's love. There's different types of love. Like we can exchange energy when we touch someone and when we kiss someone, and it can be loving, and there can be an energy exchange of love, but it's not always that way. So I think on like the higher level, your real lesson is to understand more about love, which at the end of this reading is going to seem very strange probably, but that's what I think is like for you the biggest challenge. If you want the gauntlet, that's what's before you. If you don't want the gauntlet, then nothing I say will help you. You have to want it. You have to overcome your stubbornness. Stubbornness just shows that there's something very soft inside. That there's a lot of hurt and pain and suffering inside. That there's been a lot of maybe disappointments and maybe setbacks and hurt emotions. And Scorpio is a very deep sign. And so Scorpio, I think, carries around this hurt and pain very deeply, and it's kind of like not expressed. So to me, this is like tapping into the energy and realizing that's there and understanding, I think, what love is, what love really is. Because I think that some people are not capable of love, but I feel like Scorpio is capable of bonding in an emotionally deep way with others, and I think Scorpio, more so than other signs, can be extremely loving. Loving parents, and loving to their partners, extremely loyal. So this energy of disloyalty, where is this coming from? Is this coming from abandonment issues? This energy of like, I don't know, sleeping around or just like cheating, is this coming from not feeling loved? Like dig deeper for what it is that you are doing. Like this energy of like wanting your freedom at all costs, is it because you're still dealing with something that's not fully finished? Like that's the question. So I don't know, I give you a lot of things to think about. I am going to end here. Thank you guys so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, and all that stuff. I really appreciate all your love and support. I really do. And definitely give me a thumbs up because it really helps my channel. And I will be back again for more videos. So stay tuned. And I send everyone big hugs, big kisses. And I will talk to you guys again soon. All right, take care. All the best. Bye.